I'm back. I guess you can call this like a finish follow up to the last video about a little bit about my history and call out to thanks to all you guys who followed on the Defiant build. But anyway, popped open the Batmobile kit real quick. The resin figure, very nicely crisp, nicely detailed, and that it's got its own little standalone base and all that. And I wonder if you trim that off, if it'd still stand on just the 2 feet, that'd be pretty decent. But anyway, it is pretty crisp, nicely detailed. There's no kind of holes, air gaps, air bubbles in it or nothing like that. So it should look pretty good painted up and detailed and stuff. And basically the Batmobile, same kit they had back out through the years. A couple times, I believe it was released. I know the last release it had the fold-out backdrop for like a display for it. This one doesn't come with that. Instead, it comes with the figure, which I think the figure is a lot cooler. So, but anyway, like I says, I'm going to take a break for a couple of days, but this is kind of a little bit more about me and all that, and a couple of things I brought up in the last video. And I'm still waiting on a couple more of these little pocket kits for my Death Star attack diorama. And once I get them in, I'll build these first, and then I can kind of figure out where I want to go. And I want to figure out my placement, where the little or all the little vehicles are going to be, and then figure out what I'm going to do with the trench as far as lighting. I got a few different things I want to try. I got a couple new things I want to try on it and stuff as far as lighting goes. So I'm not really jumping to that yet big time, as I want to get everything in order. I want to get all these little kits built, and then I can kind of figure out how I'm going to place them and stuff like that. So, but as soon as I get to that and get everything rolling, I'll let you guys give you guys an update on what I'm going to be doing and all that. So, but looking back, like I says, there's no special way. There's no rules as far as building model kits and stuff. Like I said, some people their talent, their skill levels are higher. Some people aren't, but everybody could still enjoy this hobby. I don't always use detail, aftermarket parts. Certain models like my refit, my Battlestar Pegasus, some of those models, the Millennium Falcon that I'm going to be building in the near future, things like that. I do get the photo etch because there's just certain things that you do need to make it look right and stuff. But as far as like my TOS Enterprise, the big 351, I didn't use any of the aftermarket kits. I did my own lighting. I did my own circuit boards because I got the knowledge about that stuff. I didn't use none of the clear parts that come with the lighting kit. No photo etch. I managed to do with the parts in the kit to sand them down thin enough to make light the areas lit that needed to be. Drill out areas and fill them in with clear canopy glue in that, and was able to light them. I've got my whole bridge on it lit up, all the little screens around the sides walls of the bridge. That's all lit up. There's no photo etch involved or nothing like that. So you can do stuff. All you gotta do is take your time, look it over, and see. But you can build a model without always having to spend the extra money on the aftermarket stuff and that. Fortunately, if I want to do the aftermarket stuff, I can. I've been fortunate. I've been a machinist all my life for 40 years and stuff. Pretty good jobs and stuff, and all that. The company I'm working with now, I've been with for 20 years and stuff. So it kind of affords me that, and I've used this stuff several times, so I do have the skill levels on using photo etch and different things like that. As far as doing my own lighting and circuits, I studied electronics all 4 years in high school back in the 70s, and I went to DeVry for a couple of years after high school, and went a little further with it and stuff, and so that stuff's it's still with me. It's something I always enjoyed, although I became a machinist because the opportunity was there for a very excellent paying job to start out with back then. But the knowledge stayed with me and stuff, so I don't work off of schematics or nothing like that. I make my own circuit boards. I know what the parts do. I know how to make a circuit with the parts. I don't make a schematic of what I do. I do read some schematics once in a while, but most of my circuit boards, I got a basic circuit. use a 555 or a 556 timer, and then I go from there. I can get different effects by changing out resistors, changing the size of the capacitor. I can get a fading, kind of like a pulsing effect if I throw a transistor in the circuit and reroute the resistors and the wiring and stuff connected to the 555 timer chip and stuff. But I can do all kind of crazy things like that. It might not be as fancy as say what you're going to get from Tenant Controls or places like that do, but they suffice for my models, and they come across giving the same effect. But it's a lot cheaper to do myself, and it's like why let my experience with it go to waste and stuff. It's kind of sometimes more fun to say that you built everything rather than to say that you just put together stuff that you ordered. But anyway, no offense to those who do. There's nothing wrong with it. To each his own. So I never get on here. I'll never get on here and knock anybody when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I said, everybody's got their own skill level, and as far as what they want to do, how much detail they want to put into something. And I've always built models and always tried to add something extra. Even when I built model cars, I added spark plug wires, brake lines, little stuff like that. Just out of stuff I had laying around at house, maybe telephone wire or something like that back in the day. But I was always looking to add more detail to make stuff look more realistic, and through the years I got better at doing stuff like that, and I try to do that with every model, to try to make it look as realistic I want, whether it was a fantasy model or a real life model and stuff. So, but anyway, I just wanted to touch base on that. There's another person I want to give a call out to. I haven't done for some time, and I know I called out a couple other gentlemen during this build of stuff, and they're very appreciative of it and all that. There's another gentleman out there for you people who are looking to learn how to do basic weathering and stuff. Check out Eagle Sci-Fi Modeler sometime. He is an awesome builder, awesome modeler. He does great weathering. He's got some different techniques that I don't use. Everybody's got their own techniques. I've always worked with pastel chalks and dry brushing and stuff. I'm just once in a while I'll use a wash, but I mainly do all my weathering with pastel chalks and dry brushing and stuff. And but this gentleman, he can take like a what's meant to be like a toy, like a action figure, like a Iron Man or something like that. He'll take it apart, he'll modify it, he'll put his own lighting in it, and make it look like a model kit that you bought from the hobby store and stuff. The guy's really good, so go over to his channel, give him a check out and stuff. And he's even redone the Millennium Falcons, as far as the the cheaper one. He did the small one and snapped together with the sound and the lights and stuff, and then he did a bigger one. And he added a lot more detail to it. He stripped it down, repainted it, did a lot of weathering and stuff on it, and it's really cool and stuff. And I've even learned stuff from him that I picked up on, and it works for me and stuff. So, like I said, all of us are out here to help all you people, whether you're new or you've been modeling but you never really got into detailing and weathering and stuff. We're all here to help you, so don't be afraid to ask questions, because one thing I do is, even when I train you guys at working on the machines and stuff, on the CNC machines and that, I tell them there's no such thing as a stupid question. So and it's true, there isn't, because to this day, whether I'm doing modeling or whether I'm at work, even though I've been doing my line of job for 40 years, I still learn something new every day. So it's like, it's just, and it just, we're here to help you guys, and we're also here to show off what we do, and we enjoy people. Don't be afraid to put your models up. We're not going to laugh at you. We're not going to make fun of you. You might get some people that don't even build models come by and leave you a nasty comment, but just ignore them. But most of us are here. We like to watch your builds just as much as you like to watch our stuff. So, and don't be afraid. So, maybe it'll get you into the hobby, or maybe it'll get you to the next step where, okay, I'm going to try lighting a model, or instead of just painting it and putting it up on the shelf, maybe I'll try to weather it, make it look like it's used and beat up. Or maybe a car, you put some dirt streaks on it or something, or that, or little rust areas and stuff. Whether you use paint like a dry brush technique or chalks or something else, you might want to go to that next level and experiment. And hey, you know what? Start out with a snap kit. They're cheap, And if you mess up, you're not going to be out a whole lot of money. Some of these model kits have gotten pretty high priced. Like this one, for instance, it goes for $30. But like I said, the only time it's not the only time I buy models. The only time I buy a model at Hobby Lobby is I use the 40% off coupons because they got a big markup. So actually, this got knocked down from $30 to $18 with the 40% off. So if it wasn't for that 40% off, I probably wouldn't have bought it, or else I would have looked for someplace cheaper. But again, it's all about having fun and stuff. You don't always have to put all kind of money out of your pocket and not be able to build another kit for a long time down the line, a few weeks, a few months or something. I enjoy building models. It's my hobby. It's something I like to do. If I do it every day, I don't have a problem with it. But at the same time, if I can cut corners, that's one more model kit that I can buy rather than wait until I save up to buy another model kit maybe 6 months down the line. But anyway, that was that. I just wanted to finish up on that a little bit. Another thing, I was looking. I built all the 1,000 scale Star Trek kits. I think it's a pretty cool scale. Some of those kits are actually better molded and detailed than the larger kits. But I was looking online. One of the kits I never built was the NX-01 refit with the pylons and then the secondary hull and stuff. That's like the one from the TV show Enterprise. If they would have done a refit version, what it would have looked like. And they're not available no more. Hopefully someday round two will do a repop on that kit because I really like to build one. Whether I like it or not, that's another story. I have built the original one, just the NX-01. In its original form, but I happened to type in NX-01 Polar Lights 1/1000 scale kits on Google. I was looking to see if I might have found something for sale. The only thing that popped up was 1,000 scale NX-01, and it was selling for $1,500. It's like, okay, a $25 kit that was out your couple not too long ago, a few years back, is now going for $1,500. And that wasn't bidding or nothing. That was the asking price. And I'm like, holy cow, there's no way I'll spend that much money. Even if it's double or triple the price that it was when it originally came out. I won't spend it unless it's something that I really want and it's not too outrageously priced. But I would like, because I built the Deep Space Nine station model kit years ago when it came out. I really would like to get a hold of one of those. Not the clear plastic one. But I would like to get a hold of one of those at a reasonable price because that's something I'd really like to light. I think that would look very spectacular. It'd probably be right out there at the top of the list with the big refit Enterprise that I did. So anyway, that's all for now. Like I said, I'm going to take a break for a couple of days. Oh, by the way, I did get my decal making supplies in. So I'm going to be experimenting with that. I picked up some copier ink with the new days with all the technology with the phones. Most of the pictures are stored on phones nowadays. I haven't printed a picture for years, so I needed to redo the cartridge, put new cartridges in my copy machine. So I got that, and I picked up some cardstock. I want to experiment, try to make some kind of little thing to put on the base for the Defiant and all that. So I figured I'd print it out on cardstock, and it'd be a little heavier. I could use some kind of contact cement to put it down where it won't soak through and make it all wrinkly and stuff. But so I'll be experimenting with that. I'm not going to get into the business of doing decals and shipping and things like that. It's just something I want to do for myself, mainly for all these little pocket kits, because all they come with is stickers. And the X-Wings that come with those little trench kits from Bandai, their stickers, man, they're different paint schemes and stuff, and to try to paint the stuff by hand, the basic X-Wing that comes in the 2-pack with the Y-Wing, that one's just a basic paint scheme. But the ones that come with those Death Star attack sets, they got a lot more detailed stickers and stuff, more areas that are colored and stuff. So I'm going to try the decals. If they don't work, oh well, I'll probably try my hand at painting them, because they are hard to mask because they are tiny and stuff. But anyway, so I'll be getting into that. I'll let you know how it works out. So anybody got a printer, don't be afraid if you try to make some decals. And I got the decal paper from Hobby Link. It was 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11, and that for like $6.15 or something. Hobby Lobby sells little small ones about the size of a postcard for almost twice the price. I also got the Canada Tester decal bonder to spray over them after I print them. I guess that's what binds the ink, so that way when you dip them in the water, the ink don't rub off or wash off or whatever. So that's that. So till the next time, thanks for listening to all my rambling and everything, but just want to give you a little idea who I am and what my background in modeling and stuff. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not no better than nobody else. I just try to do the best I can and make stuff look as realistic as possible and as quality as possible. And I do the same thing in my everyday life at work. I try to please the customers with the parts that come off my machines and also my company too. So because it always reflects back. But anyway, until the next time. In a short few days, probably I'll be back on here and have something going on and. We'll be talking to you. And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for leaving all the nice comments and everything. And like I keep saying, if you got any questions and you're not sure what to do, or you want to know something, or you want me to do a video on something that you might not have picked up on, don't be afraid to ask, and I'll try my best to do it. I've done that in the past. Somebody wanted to know how I lit a base for the Galactica, the original series, and I did a whole video on how I did that. I do videos if there's any issues on stuff that I build and stuff. Another thing about my channel too, you might see that I built the USS Arizona 350th scale. I built the USS Nimitz 1700 scale water display. I don't normally do battleships. I might in the future. Sometime I might do the Titanic, the Academy 1700 scale Titanic, because there's some people out there that are interested in learning how to light a cruise ship. I went on YouTube. I saw a bunch of cruise ships lit up, but I didn't see any videos on how to do lighting on them, not like you do with the sci-fi models. So I kind of see they don't do light blocking to keep the light out on every area. They kind of leave a lot of places the bare plastic, and mainly on the different deck levels where they got the windows and then they got the passageways on the outside of the cabins and stuff, and they just let the light shine through, and that kind of makes the impression that the walkways, or the hallways or whatever, are lit up and stuff. It's a different lighting technique, and that's why I left that video up last night. That lighting a starship model or a sci-fi model is completely night and day difference from lighting a cruise ship and everything, because it's like they don't do light blocking, and it's just kind of weird to me and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to be checking that out sometime in the future. And like I said, I got the Millennium Falcon. I'm still trying to find somebody to teach me Japanese so I can get through the instructions. The diagrams are pretty decent and stuff, so it shouldn't be that bad. That'll have lighting. I did get the photo etch because I want to light the interior, the cockpit, and things like that. The gun turrets and stuff, the interiors. And then I talked around too yesterday. They says in about another week to a week and a half, they'll start shipping out their 350 scale Katingas and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that and all that. Then I'm going to see if I'm going to do my own lighting on that and run it off at 12 volts. If I'm going to use their lighting kit and just run it off to 3 AA's, or possibly using their lighting kit and just converting to 12 volts and stuff. That's a pretty simple task to do. So till the next time. You guys all take care. Happy modeling. If you live in the Midwest, stay warm this week because it's supposed to get pretty cold, and we're supposed to see our first inch of snow overnight tonight too. So, you guys all take care. Happy modeling, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.